Welcome to the Agrawal classes. I am Ajit Agrawal. Today in the fluid machinery class, we will discuss about the definitions of head and efficiencies in case of an hydraulic turbine, and at present we are discussing the Pelton turbine. So in this figure, if you will see, we have a general layout of the hydraulic power plant showing the various heads. First is the gross head. Gross head. The gross head or the total head is the difference between the water level at the reservoir, also known as the headrace, and the water level at the tailrace, and it is denoted by Hg, gross head. Then second is the net head or effective head. This head is the available head at the inlet of the turbine, is known as the net or effective head. It is denoted by H and is written as gross head minus HF minus H, where HF is the total loss of head between the headrace and entrance of the turbine, between the headrace and the entrance of the turbine. So this is the head loss, okay, and it is represented by 4FL V square upon D into 2G, where L is the length of the penstock, D is the diameter of the penstock, diameter of penstock. Remember, it is the penstock, it is not the wheel diameter of the turbine. V is the velocity of flow in the penstock, velocity of flow in the penstock. This is known as the penstock, a long pipe which is taking the water from the dam and is supplying to the nozzle. And H is the height of nozzle. This H is the height of the nozzle above the tailrace, height of the nozzle above the tailrace. Here you can see the nozzle is H meters above the tailrace level. So this is known as the net or effective head, and it is represented by H. So here you can see in the figure, from this point to this point is the net head or the effective head. Now we'll consider the efficiency, different efficiencies of the turbine. One, we'll consider the hydraulic efficiency. Second, we will consider the mechanical efficiency. And third, we will consider the volumetric efficiency. And finally, we will consider the overall efficiency. So we are going to consider these four efficiencies. Hydraulic efficiency. It is defined as the ratio of power developed by the runner to the power supplied by the jet at the entrance to the turbine. So it is given by hydraulic efficiency equals to power developed by the runner is equals to rho into Q actual into VW1 plus minus VW2 into U upon the power supplied at the entrance of the turbine is equals to W specific weight Q actual into H. H is where the net or the effective head. So if we will solve this, then it will become VW1 plus minus VW2 into U upon G into H, or it is equals to H R upon H, where we know VW1 and VW2 are the velocity of whirl at the inlet and outlet respectively. U is the tangential velocity of the vane. H we know is the net head on the turbine, and QA is the actual flow rate to the turbine runner, that is the bucket. And the HR we had written, so say HR is equals to 1 upon G into VW1 plus minus VW2 into U. Here if we will take VW1 plus minus VW2 into U upon G as HR, then the efficiency will be given as HR upon H, where we say HR as the runner head, or sometime it is called Euler head, and H minus HR we say as the hydraulic losses within the turbine, hydraulic losses within the turbine. So that way we can find out the hydraulic efficiency. Next we will consider the mechanical efficiency. Mechanical efficiency. Mechanical. It is given as the ratio of the power obtained from the shaft of the turbine to the power developed by the runner. So it is the ratio of the power obtained from the shaft of the turbine runner of the turbine. It is the ratio of the power obtained from the shaft of the turbine to the power developed by the runner. These two powers differ by the amount of mechanical losses which are taking place at the bearing, or we can say the bearing friction. So the mechanical efficiency is given as shaft power divided by runner or the bucket power. Bucket power. So shaft power we are measuring, so it is say represented by P, and the bucket power is WQA VW1 plus minus VW2 upon G into U, or we can write as P upon W into QA into HR. So value of the mechanical efficiency for a Felton wheel usually lies between 97 to 99%. lies between 97 to 99%. It depends on the size and capacity of the unit. So this way we can define the mechanical efficiency. Now let us consider volumetric efficiency, represented by efficiency volume. It is the ratio of the volume of water actually striking the runner to the volume of water supplied by the jet to the turbine. So it is given as the volume of water actually striking the runner, say QA, divided by total water supplied by the jet to the turbine is, say, Q. Then the ratio of these two is known as the volumetric efficiency. For the Pelton wheel, the volumetric efficiency lies between 0.97 to 0.99. Then the overall efficiency. The overall efficiency is defined as the ratio of power available at the turbine shaft to the power supplied by the jet, water jet. So overall efficiency is equals to shaft power divided by water power. So shaft power is P and water power is WQ into H, where Q is the quantity of water discharged by the jet. So overall efficiency of the hydroelectric plant is 0.85 to 0.90, and if we sum of the overall efficiency as the efficiency, hydraulic efficiency multiplied by mechanical efficiency multiplied by volumetric efficiency, then we can write hydraulic efficiency we had calculated as HR upon H, mechanical efficiency we had calculated as P upon WQA into HR, volumetric efficiency we had calculated as QA upon Q. So these will cancel out and we will be left with P upon W into Q into H, that is the overall efficiency. And finally, if we say the efficiency G is the generator efficiency, because we are going to utilize this power which we are getting from the turbine to get in the electrical energy, so the generator will be there. So if we say the efficiency G is the generator efficiency, then the power output of the hydraulic unit, that is turbine plus generator, will be given by WQH, that is the energy which we are supplying, multiplied by overall efficiency, that is the efficiency, hydraulic efficiency multiplied by mechanical efficiency multiplied by volumetric efficiency, and multiplied by the generator efficiency. Then that will be the power output from the hydraulic unit. The product efficiency overall multiplied by efficiency of the generator is known as the hydroelectric power plant efficiency. So that will be the overall, when we are converting the water energy into the electrical energy, then this will be that efficiency. So it is known as the hydroelectric power plant efficiency. Here it was only the hydraulic plant efficiency, now it is become the hydroelectric plant efficiency. Now let us consider the design aspects of a Pelton wheel. In this case, the velocity of the jet V1 is given as CV into square root of 2gh, where we take CV as the coefficient of velocity and the values of that generally lies between 0.98 to 0.99, and h is the net head on the turbine. Then the velocity of the wheel, that is u, is taken as ku into square root of 2gh, where ku we say as the speed ratio and the value of that lies between 0.43 to 0.48. Third is the angle of deflection of the jet. The angle of the deflection of the jet through the bucket is taken as 165 degree if no angle of deflection is given, but it is always less than 180 degree. Fourth, mean diameter of the wheel or the pitch diameter is given by u equals to pi d n by 60, or d is given as u into 60 by pi n. The next is the jet ratio, represented by m, is the ratio of the pitch diameter of the Pelton wheel, that is this d, to the diameter of the jet, small d. So m is given by capital D by small d, and the value of this m lies between 11 to 16 for maximum hydraulic efficiency. Normally we take m equals to 12 in practice. The bucket dimensions are given as per the figure which we had considered earlier in the class. B is given as 3 to 4 times the d, L is given as 2 to 3 times the d, T is given as 0.8 to 1.2 times d. The number of nozzles normally used is 1, but theoretically we can take up to 6 nozzles if we want to produce more power from the same turbine, but in practice only 2 nozzles or nozzle jets are used for a vertical runner, and 4 nozzles are the jets used for a horizontal runner. The number of jets is obtained by dividing the total rate of flow through the turbine by the rate of flow of water through a single jet. Then the last is the number of bucket Z. The number of buckets for a Pelton wheel should be such that the jet is always completely intercepted by the buckets, so that volumetric efficiency of the turbine is very close to unity. The number of buckets on a runner is given by the formula 15 plus d by 2d, or we can write 15 plus 0.5 into m. In the next class, we will solve some numericals on the Pelton wheel, so that the theoretical portion will be related with the actual results